Hey, how the hell's everybody doing? Just Average Schmo back here once again, and you notice the camera. Actually, I think the last video I did, I already moved it again. The one video I actually had my camera up higher. It was a little bit farther back. I might go back to that eventually. I'm not sure. I might do it maybe depending on what I'm doing in a particular video. I might adjust the camera. But I do have it moved back to where it originally was. So I'm a little bit closer. But hey, big news. Big news. I just had my Whatnot onboarding session with Cindy. I think her last name is Zoo. Or Zoo. It's Z-H-U. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Very nice. She did a great job explaining everything as far as Whatnot auctions and everything, but I took the little quiz at the end. Yeah, I think it was like 5 questions. Got them all. It was pretty easy. So right now I'm filming this video on the 23rd of June. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to, this weekend, because today is Thursday, I'm going to try to work on getting, going through my pops. As I initially, when I signed up to do the live stuff on Whatnot, they ask you to choose like one category that you're interested in selling in, and mine was, of course, Funko. Most of these aren't going to be in there, okay? That's my private collection, but I have a big... If you watch my videos, if you're a subscriber, subscribe. Then you'll know. But if you are a subscriber and you watch my videos, or at least partially watch them, I'd appreciate it if you watch all of them. But I'll take what I can get. Then, you know, I get a lot of Funko Pops and mystery boxes and stuff like that, and I normally only keep a couple of them. I'm very selective because of room about which one I want to keep. And I actually am going to be going through my DC ones, and basically if it's not Batman or Batman related, as in like, you know, a Riddler or, you know, an actual Batman comics villain, I'll be getting rid of it. So basically just straight Batman, and then the villains of Batman are ones that I'll probably hold on to. All the other ones I'll probably end up eventually letting go in a Whatnot auction. So that's the big news. I got approved. I went through the process. I should get my live access here in a couple of days. My first auction, I don't have a concrete date, but I'm thinking probably about 3 weeks. Give me time to go through. I'm gonna my plan with auctions is to maybe do 2 or 3 auctions first with just Funko stuff, mainly Funko Pops. I'll probably maybe throw in a couple of Funko sodas, but I'm going to limit it to 20 to 25 items. That way I have, and what I'm thinking about doing as far as the time for each auction is like when it comes to like a common Funko Pop where it's not likely the price is going to keep going up and up and up, I'll probably just have a limit to that, like a minute. It'll be a 1-minute auction. Stuff that there's a better chance of more people actually kind of bidding back and forth on it. You know, more people really wanting it, either because they themselves are resellers or they're a collector and they really want that particular pop. So, like exclusives or ones that are trending at higher values, stuff like that, especially autographed ones. Those I'll probably set for like 2 or 3 minutes. I'll just have to get, like I said, that's another reason why I want to limit it to a certain number each auction, so I can kind of get a feel through my first couple of auctions of, are there certain items that it would be good to make, you know, more than a few minutes. So wait and see. Once I get those first few auctions out of the way with just Funko, you are allowed to. Whatnot's got like 20 different categories, and with each category they have subcategories, and you can, you know, auction anything that fits within those categories. But they ask that for your first few auctions you just stick to what you signed up in the beginning. So first few will be Funko. After that, then I'll be diving into maybe some comics, sports cards, Hot Wheels. I got vinyl records that I'm going to go through, take the painstaking process. It'll probably be a while before I do vinyl records because I want to go through, listen through them, make sure they played good. There's no major issues with them, anything like that. And if there is, or if there's spots where it skips or cuts out for a second, stuff like that, I can make note of it, like on a post-it, and that'll be made aware, when I go to auction the vinyl record off. I might even do some like apparel. They do have vintage apparel and stuff like that. So I mean, there might be maybe some old concert shirts that I might be willing to let go of, or stuff like that. Like I said, you can go on Whatnot, you can look and you can see all the different categories of stuff that people sell and buy, obviously, through Whatnot. So, information about Whatnot is down below. So anyhow, that was the real big news. Now, we're going to breeze through these fairly quickly. I went to Dollar Tree the other day. I love Dollar Tree. Although technically I think now it should be called like $1.25 tree, right? Because everything's $1.25 now instead of $1. Except for I think like their cards and certain items are still $1. Or actually I think like their greeting cards might even be less than $1. So if you need a greeting card for a special occasion, go to Dollar Tree. Save yourself some money. But I went in there to just get a couple things. Yeah, you know how that goes. I walked through the toy area, and it looked like they had just stocked Hot Wheels. Let me tell you something. Every time I go in there and they have Hot Wheels, it looks like they just stocked them. Now, there's a lot of times I go in there and they don't have any Hot Wheels. And I think it's probably because of, with everything as hectic as it is right now because of COVID and, of course, gas prices and everything now, everything's kind of getting, especially coming into the country, it's getting bottlenecked in certain areas. A lack of workers is probably another issue. It's making it hard for any business to get stuff that they need in a timely manner. So Dollar Tree's probably no different. But yeah, every time I go in there and they have Hot Wheels, I mean, they have a big selection. And I think it's because a lot of people don't think to go to Dollar Tree. Or at least here in my area they don't, because I got one here in my town, and then there's one in Troy, where the next town over where I work. That's actually the one I went into. And it looked like they probably just stocked it with like maybe 2 cases or something. But I bought a few. Yeah. So we're going to go through them real quick. First, we've got the 1976 Greenwood Corvette. Pretty sharp. All right, next I love this. I love this line. It's the tuned line, not tuned as in like you tune a car. This is tuned like cartooned. This is a tuned '83 Chevy Silverado. Look at how funny that little thing was. Wouldn't it be great to see somebody make one of these like in real life? Like I could imagine somebody maybe taking like a golf cart and just putting like fabricate like a body kit to put on it or something. Make it look like something like that. That'd be sweet. Next we have the LB Super Silhouette Nissan Silvia 515. That's pretty nice. I don't believe I picked up any treasure hunts or super treasure hunts. All right, here I believe this is a new series. I don't think I've ever gotten one of these before in this series. So it either just came out this year, or maybe maybe came out last year. But I know, you know, in all the Hot Wheels I have, and I have like 500 plus. I've never gotten one in this series before, but this is the Compact Kings. This is called the Nash, and it looks like maybe it's maybe a Vet, or maybe a Monte Carlo or something. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's kind of like a small version of whatever it is. And it kind of reminds me of kind of like the Tune line, but it still looks, it doesn't have kind of like the exaggerated features like the Tune cars do. This is more realistic, just smaller. Hence the Compact Kings. Next, we have a 55 Chevy in Candy Apple Red. Look at that. That's a beauty. You don't get the same effect doing Candy Apple Red on like a small car like that, but one of my friends, a long time ago, Jason, and then his sister Michelle, I went to school with. I want to say it was, I don't think it was their dad. I think it was either stepdad, or maybe it was just their mom's boyfriend. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But I remember back when we lived in Kings Chapel, when I was little, or not little, but when I, a teenager, early teens, like 15, 16, somewhere in there. He had I don't remember what kind of car it was, but it had Candy Apple Red paint job. And it was freaking amazing. And on a sunny day, like every way you looked at that car, it got like a different shade of red. It was just amazing. Next, we have a 83 Chevy Silverado, non-tuned. And obviously custom paint on that. I don't believe that color green and striping was probably normal for the 83 Silverado. Next, we have a 1955 Chevy Bel Air Gasser. Bel Air, I'm not real keen on the color. But got the dual carb sticking out of the hood. This one I thought was really cool. It's called the Cockney Cab 2, so I'm guessing maybe there was a 1 that I've just never seen. But yeah, this is sweet. I wouldn't mind seeing somebody make something like that in real life too. And somebody could. I mean, they have that Hot Wheels tour that goes around. It's like been in this area like twice over like the last 5 years or something like that. I haven't been able to go to it though. Next time, I'm going to try to get to it. Alright, next we have the Mazda Repo. This is a regular model that they normally bring out like in each year. But this probably got different color that they haven't done before. Alright, this is from the Hot Wheels Metro line. This is called the Mighty K. It's like a little truck. It reminds me of like if you go to like MTB trucking or like these big trucking places, rather than use like the actual company rigs when they need to move like trailers around a lot, they use a smaller, like real narrow little, like almost like a little Peterbilt type truck. That's what that reminds me of. Although I don't think they normally are pink. Alright, next I got this one just because I was born in 1971. So anytime I can find a muscle car that was a 1971 model, I kind of like it. I'd love to get like a 1971 Challenger. Probably never will, but I'd like to. But here we have a 1971 Dodge Charger, and this is part of the Art Car series. These Art Cars, sometimes I'm not real keen on how they look, but this one, I'm actually okay with. It looks like it's just like primered, and then it's like somebody spray painted stuff on it. So, next, this is from the Tuned series. We have the tuned Volkswagen Golf MKI or MK1. I'm not sure which that is. See, that definitely looks like a golf cart. Come on. Next, we have Lethal Diesel. This kind of gives me kind of like Batmobile vibes, especially from the Christopher Nolan movies. Yeah, I mean it's not a Batmobile. It kind of has that kind of like body style, that wide, kind of low. All right, next a Volkswagen Beetle. This is the old style Beetle. It's got the wood paneling. That's pretty cool. This is, you know, back when I was a teenager, that was like that was a big car. People get these like late 70s, sometimes maybe even early 80s Volkswagen Bugs and just like trick them out. We used to have a guy. Well, there was one guy, and then my friend Brad. Actually, he had a VW Bug for a while, and they both had like these kits. I want to say. I think they make them like as a kit you can add in, but it was like into the exhaust, and you know, they could sit and they could turn it on, and then when they were like revving the engine and stuff, it'd shoot like flames out of the tailpipe. Pretty cool. All right, here we have another Chevy. This is called the Bel Air. Obviously got a lift kit on that one. Alright, we're getting close here. Alright, next we have a 1970 Chevelle Ss Wagon. I think my parents at one time owned a wagon. I mean, it wasn't a Chevelle wagon, but I'm pretty sure they owned a wagon. I remember going to like the drive-in when I was little, and my dad would back into the spot so that us boys could like lay down in the back of the like wagon part and watch the driving movie. Next we have the 2020 Corvette. I know this one is one that they actually do have either a treasure hunt or super treasure hunt version of, although it's got to be the super treasure hunt, because if this was a treasure hunt model, then this would be a treasure hunt. The super treasure hunts are the ones that they actually have like the base model of them, and then they have the super treasure hunt version. It's got the different paint, different wheels and stuff, but this is just, so this isn't the super treasure hunt with the chroma flame paint and different wheels. This is just the base one. Still cool though. Those new Corvettes, like especially the newest ones, the 2022 ones, I always got to double take because they don't even look like Corvettes until you actually see where it says Corvette on it. Alright, next we have Porsche 935. This is a new one for 2022. You can always count, I think about every year they bring out a new Porsche model. I know I got quite a few different ones. Next we have the Glory Chaser. This is just like a little two-seater. Better stop stacking them there, I'm going to topple over. Next we have the Layin Lowrider. So like it's probably maybe an Impala or something. I love how they actually have the front of it like raised, like the hydraulics are being used at the moment, like it's bouncing. That's sweet. Next, we've got the Baja Bone Shaker. I think I have a couple of versions of this one, but I don't think I have this color. Kind of a cool off-road vehicle. Alright, last two. We've got the La Troca. Look at that. That's sweet. I'd love to get an old truck like that and just like restore it, customize it. I mean, they're just that. Cars just used to have so much like personality, right? I mean, cars, trucks, no matter what it was, they all had their own shape and style and curves. I mean, you could look at it immediately and tell what it was. Not so much anymore. I mean, we still have some. I'm glad to see some of those old old kind of muscle car looks coming back. We, we have the new Chargers and new Challengers, which are sweet. Like I said, the new Corvettes are definitely unique. Yeah, just in general, there's a lot of cars though. You look at them and you just like, unless you actually look and see what it says, what it is, or you see the logo, it could be like one of 5 or 6 different makes and models because they all look alike. And the last one, this is the last one. Can't forget the 2-wheel vehicles. We got the Ducati Scrambler Hot Wheel Edition. So we got a little Ducati dirt bike. So there we go. Those are the couple of Hot Wheels I picked up. And I just got to hang them up over with all the other Hot Wheels in my garage. That's what I call my garage. Let's face it, this is the only way I'm going to own cars like this. Hot Wheels. Unless I win the lottery. Not likely, but you never know. So if one day I do a YouTube video and I'm showing off some cars like this, but much bigger, then you'll know, hey, you must have won the lottery. But hey, if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. Again, all the information to all my different stuff below, my Mercari, my Poshmark, my business page on YouTube, which not on YouTube, but on Facebook, which I do post on occasion. And of course, Whatnot, my username for Whatnot. Make sure you go on Whatnot. Follow me on there if you're interested in maybe getting stuff in live auction format. I definitely could use followers on there, so when I do my auctions, I can get, because more people means more people bidding, and I mean, that's the name of the game, right? You're a business, you're trying to make money. So, help me out. But also, again, if you're not a subscriber to this channel here on YouTube, subscribe, because if you want to follow me on Whatnot, and you're interested in what I might eventually have in my Whatnot auctions, great way to find out is if you see my videos here, because all the mystery boxes stuff I do, I unbox, I post on here. When it comes to like Funkos and stuff like that, a lot of that stuff, you'll be able to get the heads up before anybody else if you're subscribed to this channel. So subscribe, hit the notification bell, and as always, everybody look out for yourself and those around you, because by doing so, we can all help to stay safe and healthy. It's important. Don't have much if you don't have your health. So, that's all I got. Thanks. See ya.